Hi guys, and welcome back to Raise Rails. Thanks for watching today. I thought it'd be fun to make a compilation of all of my videos of 2024. I just wanted to throw them together and bring back some good memories. And thank you for all your support, and thanks again for watching Raise Rails. Hi guys, welcome back to Raise Rails. I finally pulled the trigger and made a purchase that I was thinking about probably for about 3 or 4 years now. I have a set of these Santa Fe F3s, the A units, and I needed the passenger cars. So finally found a nice set of them on eBay last week. And the thing I liked about it, it was a matching set. And I thought that would be what I was looking for, and made the purchase a little special. These are actually the cars that they don't have the rivets on them. They have the colons after the names of the cars. So I got the 2500 series passenger cars, I think it's 30 through 34. And these actually have the rib channels on them. I mean, they have the flat channels on them, not the rib channels. So let's open up this box and take a look, see how it turned out. Got my cutting knife already here, so I thought it would come in a little bit bigger box, but I'll turn it and you can see how it looks. All right, looks like we have the box open there. Put my knife away. Oh good, there is some more packing material in there, I wasn't sure. All right, looks good. I'm actually going to put it down on my stool, and I'll pull out one at a time and put it on the rails. So up first we have the Silver Bluff car. You'll see these cars are all aluminum. Has the numbers right there, which car number it is, and they have the number boards, the name boards. They have the little colon, like I said. It's not the ones with the rivets on it. So I'm going to put this on the track here. I have the set of 5, so it's a nice matching set. Going to go with the observation car next. Silver Dawn. That one looks really good. I'm glad. I wasn't sure whether they had the nameplates on both sides, but they look pretty good, and they're matching, like I said. We're going to put this one on here. They all have the operating couplers on them. Next we have is the baggage car. This is the one with the small doors. Maybe someday I'll get the one that has the large doors, but at this point it's not in my budget. Next up we have is 2532 Silver Range. Pretty nice car. And last but not least, we have Silver Cloud. So we'll put that one on the tracks. Looks like we got a little piece of styrofoam on the inside there. All right, so there you have it. Finally got the train put together. I think I'll take it for a run and see how it pulls. So I'll go and turn that on and take it for a spin and show you how it looks. Okay, so I'm really happy the way that looks. You can see on the end here we have Silver Dawn. That seems to light up pretty good. Next to that one we have the Silver Bluff. That one looks pretty good. Next to that one we have Silver Range. I think I might need to put a new light bulb in there. Let me take a look. Yeah, I'll double check that one, but that happens. Next to that we have Silver Cloud. That looks really good. And then in the front here we have the Baggage Express car. So I'm going to take it for a run and see how much power it requires and see how it looks. Hi guys, welcome back to Ray's Rails. Made a pretty exciting purchase at the last train show I was at. I picked up a 2367 Wabos F3. It's in kind of rough condition, but for the price I paid for it, it's probably the best condition that I could afford. And I think I'm going to enjoy it in the future. You can see there's numerous nicks and scratches on it, but for the most part, it's all there. The horns are on it, and it has the number boards, the light works. The only thing about it is the horn needs some work, and I'm sure, as you can see, like in my past video, that's usually a pretty easy fix, and I plan on fixing that in the near future. You could see on the front of it, the follow the flag decal. It's still on there. It's flaking a little bit, but like you said, for like I say, for 70 years old, it's still there, so I'm happy. On the other side, it's the same condition, but one thing about this engine, I was thinking to myself while I was at the show, this is probably the only Wabos F3, the 2367 at this show. But then later in the week, I was thinking about it. This is actually the only 2367 F3 that I ever saw in my life. So once again, I'm glad I didn't leave it on the table and I picked it up for the price I did. And I plan on having a lot of fun with it in the future. Here's the back of it. There's noticeable chipping on there, and that plans to stay like that. I may clean this engine up a little bit, dust it off, and I don't know how far I'm going to go with it. But like I said, there's a tiny bit of corrosion also inside the battery compartment. I'm definitely going to take care of that, and I ran this before earlier on the layout, and this is the one that has the dual motors in it. That's one big plus I like about these engines. With those dual motors, you get a lot of extra pulling power, and it really runs smoothly. You can see the top of the engine too. It's really dirty and stained, but one thing I like about it, there's no warping. Sometimes you see these engines and they got like a big bow on the top of it, but this one's in really good shape. Nice looking box. So as you can see, my last purchase was the LEL Command Control gantry crane. I'm really happy I waited on this one. What's nice about this one, I know they made so many of these cranes. You have the bucket crane, and the one with the clam bucket, and you have the ones with the hook, you have the ones with the electromagnet. This one has the electromagnet, and like I said, it's the command controlled one. And one thing that I liked about this one is actually works off of the cab 1 remote. I know most people are getting the newer remotes, but I still have the cab 1, and I use the MTH remotes, and they're all hooked up on that. So I figured I might as well buy this crane, and if it works with that one, I'm really happy, because like I said, I still use that remote, and I think that's why I got this one at a better deal, because I know most people are moving on to the newer remotes. So like I said, I'm glad I got this one. I'm glad I waited. It's in it's supposed to be brand new, so I guess it's brand new old stock. And this is the one that they actually, the whole the crane moves back and forth on the tracks. And you can see here on the table, I had this piece of Gargrave's track. I probably bought that a year ago in anticipation of buying this crane. So now I have the crane, and I have the track, and I have the remote. And one more thing is, you can see this area of the table here, just probably about a 6 feet area. I am going to use this and probably make it into a little construction area, junkyard, load and unload my gondolas here. And I think that'll be a lot of fun. So I'm going to put this on the track. My first time I had one of these, so I'm not really even sure how it goes on the rails. So I guess it goes on something like that. We have the little electromagnet here, and eventually I will get this all hooked up, and I will show you how it runs. So you can see you got the crane, and got the little hopper car that goes underneath that you could load and unload it. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm really glad I waited, and I think it's going to add a lot to the layout. So I'm going to this afternoon program it into the remote, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. Back to Ray's Rails. I went to a pretty successful train show today. They had a lot of real nice stuff there. One of the things I was looking for was the 6501 jet propellered boat. Brian's Train Room on YouTube did a little video on this about a month ago, and he showed how it works and gave a little demonstration. I'm really glad to have this finally in the collection. And a couple of different parts on this boat. This is the one that has the little propulsion piece in the back, and it has a little cap you take off. And when you put the cap back on, you put the little tablet into the back here, and it has some kind of chemical reaction. I don't plan on ever using this boat. This will be a display piece. And then the propulsion comes out the little nozzle in the back, and then the boat floats through the water. So I really like that boat. I'm going to add that to the collection. I think that'll be really neat. And a few other things I picked up. I picked up a few 2500 series passenger cars. These are probably in a fair condition. They're not really a matching set, but the price was really good. I have quite a few F3s in my collection, and I believe this is a nice generic drag for behind them, and I think it looks great with your Wabos sets or your Santa Fe's or a couple other F3s that you have in your collection. This is the second one I bought. I bought a total of 4 in these. This is the Silver Bluff. This one has the small rivets on top. The other ones just have the colons. So like I said, it's not really a matching set, and it's got some wear on them, but the price was outstanding. The third piece I picked up was, this was Silver Cloud. Boy, these cars really need a little bit of lubrication. There's Silver Cloud. You can see this one has the rivets on it too, and I didn't test these yet, but if they need bulbs or something, that won't be a problem. And I also have the last car on the set. It did not come with the mail car, but I'm still looking for the large door mail car. Maybe I'll find that in the future. But I'm glad to have this set, and sure, that'll add to the collection. This is the one that has the colons. I have a real nice set of these. They're on my shelf, as you can see behind me here. These are on my Wabos set. I bought those to go along with my Santa Fe. And I have a real nice set of Santa Fe engines, so I plan on having these to go with that. Also on my layout here, you can see I'm starting a junkyard. I bought this gantry crane about a month ago. I finally have that set up, and I'm moving forward with this junkyard. So what I have here is I have an old Lionel tin plate car. I'm going to cut this up with my Dremel tool, and I will add it over here to my junkyard, but that's going to be in a future video. You can see it's a real old car, but I think that'll look interesting inside the junkyard. And I also purchased this little lamp. Same thing with this. It was only $1. I'm going to take my Dremel tool to that and put that in the junkyard. So I think that'll look pretty good. I'll probably make a video about the junkyard in the near future. I got to add a little bit more to it, some surrounding area, and give it a little bit more. Hello, and welcome back to Ray's Rails. Finally getting some work done on the train. The weather's changing, and the days are the daylight's getting shorter, so I'm finding myself spending some more time in the basement. I was working on the layout today, installing some lights and just do some general maintenance, when I noticed the letter carrier leaving the house. And I see that I have a parcel came in. This parcel, I ordered it probably about a week ago. Came all the way from California. I got a real good deal on it, and I'm really excited to open it up. A few things about the cars that I buy. Some of the cars I buy, they're in really nice, almost mint condition. Those cars are the cars that go on the shelf. I try not to operate them too much, because I don't know why. With having a layout this size, every once in a while, you know, the unexpected happens, and it's not a whole lot of fun. Well, actually, this is a car is on the other side of the spectrum. This is a car I wanted in a while, and this is a car I'm going to use to operate on the train. It's a great display piece. It's very functional, and it looks great at first sight, but from close up, it's not really the greatest car. But like I said, it was really cheap, and I got a great deal on it, and I also had free shipping all the way from California. So I'm going to get started, open up this car, and see what we have. I'm glad to actually add a car to my space and military set. You can see I have most of what I have on a table here. There's a few more cars I need. I need to get the submarine car and a couple other cars, but the submarine car is high on the list too. Oh, and I also need to get the cherry picker car, the one that puts the astronaut into the rocket launching car. So let's see, this is pretty neatly packed. Got a lot of styrofoam on it. Let me just take this tape off of here carefully. Let's see what we have. It comes all the way from California. I don't want to break it once I get it on the table here. And this car, you know yourself, you can buy it in mint condition for $175, or you could buy it anywhere all the way down to $10, depending on how complete it is and how functional it still is. And one thing I'll show you on it, this car here, it's actually, you can see now, it's the 3413 rocket launching car. And this is an unnumbered car. It just comes with the red base and comes with the rocket. But you can see when I put this car, I'll put it on the track here and I'll tell you what I think about it. You can see it's actually a great looking car. And one of the main things about this car, you always see them, this railing will be missing, and that seems to affect a lot of the value of the car, whether you only have a tiny bit of the railing, or as you know, you can see that this car and it'll have no railing up there whatsoever. So like the article said, like the on eBay, the listing is said that the railing was intact, but it's a little bit bent. And you can see the rocket looks great on there, but under careful, you look a little bit careful, you can see the tip of the rocket is missing and it does not have the parachute. So that I don't plan on ever blasting this rocket off, so that'll look great on the layout. You wouldn't even notice at a first glance that it's missing that part. And like I said, for the price I pay, I'll drag this car around the layout with the trains, and it'll add a lot to the collection. And that is what will be holding the place for the 3413 rocket launching car until I get one in better condition. But I'm really happy to have that. It looks like it's it was expected, like I expected it from the seller, the condition, and I think I'll be really happy with it in the future. So that's my video for today, and I'm glad I could put that into my space and military set. And this afternoon, it looks like I'll be having a lot more fun with that, working on the layout and improving the layout. And one more nice surprise with the rocket launching car. After further examination, in the listing for this car, it didn't say anything about it coming with the parachute. So I figured the parachute wasn't in this car, and you know yourself how expensive the parachute are. I don't know if this is the original parachute, but it's on like these plastic sticks. And here is the red velvet parachute that lowers the rocket back to Earth. So that was really an exciting bonus. I'm very surprised that was included. I'm surprised it wasn't in the listing. Hello, and welcome back to Raise Rails. In today's video, I finally purchased a missing part of my capsule launching car. I did a video on my capsule launching car, I think about a month ago, and I got a good deal on that car, but it was missing one piece. It was actually missing the space capsule. Well, in today's unboxing, you can see I have a small parcel here. And you can guess what's inside here. We'll open it up and take a look. I hope it's what I ordered. Purchased this on eBay a few days ago, and the mailman dropped it off not too long ago. Oh gosh, look at this little container it comes in. Let's see if it's what I'm looking for. It's nicely wrapped. Boy, this guy really did a great job. And there you have it. It is the capsule for the Mercury capsule launching car. So you can see that the capsule, it's about 1.5 inches tall, and on the bottom there's a small slot. I believe that small slot is where you put the end of the parachute in, so when you launch this rocket, the parachute will be connected to it on its way down. So you can see on the shelf here I have my capsule launching car. It has the original rocket, and the railing on the platform's all in good condition. Got the original elastic to hold the rocket on, and now I have the capsule that goes along with it. So you can see someone taped up this rocket. It's an original rocket. This is the one that's not very flexible, so it actually cracks if you try to force it. And you can see I have the parachute is still inside of this rocket. And I believe this is the little small piece of cardboard that goes inside the little slot on the rocket. So I'm just going to push this back in here for now gently, and we'll see how the rocket fits on there. Oh, that fits great. So there you can see how the original rocket looks. It has the original printing on there from Lionel. And when you take this car, I'll put it on the tracks. I'm not going to demonstrate it, but I'll show you what it looks like. So usually you'll have the car like this, and the capsule rides along like that underneath the band. And then when you want to launch this rocket, it goes up on the top here. And on the bottom of that car, you can use your finger, or you could use the Lino activation track. And it'll actually shoot that rocket right off the top of the car. And this will separate from the rocket, and the parachute will deploy, and it will float back down to your layout. I probably wouldn't recommend shooting this rocket. It's very fragile, but I'm glad to finally have all the small pieces with it, including the rocket and the capsule now. And I have the parachute in there, and the nice railing around here on the top of the car is complete. And I also have the elastic band. So I believe that's all the parts that go along with it. One other thing it does have, it has a small string that you could put on there too, so the rocket stays close to the car, and I guess so it doesn't actually fly onto off the table. So I'm really glad I have that part for my capsule launching car. That car is now complete, and I'm a little bit closer to finish up. And welcome back to Race Rails. I went to a train show this afternoon. It was actually one of the bigger train shows that I go to. It was at the Erie County Fairgrounds. For you who's not familiar where Erie County is, it's just outside of Buffalo, New York. It was a really nice show. It was really crowded. The line when I got there was probably about 200 people in line ahead of me, but the line moved pretty fast. And there was a lot of really cool stuff at this show, stuff that I never saw before, and some interesting stuff. One of the things I picked up was this small steam engine. I don't have the boiler for it, but you can actually see it's a steam engine, and when you put the steam into the top here, it pushes the piston in and out, and it makes the rollers go around. So on a small steam engine like this, you could put a belt on here, and that belt pretty much could run anything you wanted. But I figured this was probably made by a machinist years ago. You could see on the bottom how it was actually marked out on a layout table. So I figured I wanted to pick that up. The lady asked me, just give me what it's worth. So I gave her $5 for it. I was really happy with that. I'm going to clean it up. Maybe I'll make a small boiler for it, or just use my air compressor, and I'll make that thing, I'll make it go into motion. But that's a project for another day. I also purchased another set of these lumberjacks. This was really a good bargain. It was only $35. And in the past, I saw these running anywhere from $100 to $115. I figured for $35, that was a real good bargain. This is the fourth one I bought, not the third. I have a video out there. It's actually the third one's a charm, but this is the fourth one. This one's going under the table. So if I ever need another one, because they apt to break down, I will have this ready to go on the table. And one of the final purchases I made was I bought this Lino 45 U.S. Marines mobile missile launcher. This is a piece that I've been looking for a while, and I already have the 44 U.S. Army missile launching car. This one is in all right condition. The steps are all on it, but it's has a little bit of paint loss. And you can see the little tiny figure is missing in there. But when I purchased this control panel was missing. But I've been really lucky, and I had a nice surprise. I took the shell off of this engine, and lo and behold, this little panel right here, the control panel, was actually inside of the engine, inside under the cover. So I was really happy with that. I took that out of there, and I straightened it out a little bit, and I put it back into its position where it's supposed to go. And that was a great surprise. As you can see, here's the other side. This side's missing a couple steps, but this was I paid a little over $50 for it, and you can see where the missile goes. They still all fire. I actually had to repair that, which was an easy repair. I should probably make a video of that in the future, and that's really a helpful fix for this part that usually goes bad after 50 years. So I'm going to put this on the track, and I'll show you how well it runs. This is the one actually on the front. This engine was never really made in real life, but you can see the front of that engine. It actually looks like an old Jeep, and that's what they wanted to replicate by putting that on the front. But you can see the windows are a little bit small. But I'll put it on the track, and I'll show you how well the E-unit works, and goes forward and reverse. And it's really a great engine. I think it was a great value for the money. And you see, there you have it. I have the Marine Corps engine is on the track now. You can see the E-unit functions properly. I was really happy with that. Usually they're sometimes finicky, but this one did not need to be adjusted at all. And now I'll take it a couple of times around the layout. I'll show you how nice and smooth it runs. Here we go. And here is a quick demonstration on how this engine fires the rocket. So what you do is you pull down these little tabs here and they click into position. And then you blow the small rockets on top. And then these can be fired from an activation track, or there's a small switch on the side. There's a small lever on the side of the engine. And what you do is you just pull the lever back and it shoots the missiles off. They don't go in the exact order all the time, and that usually happens too. They fall off. It's not an exact science, but you can see that's how they shoot off of the car. So that's a lot of fun. Hi guys, and welcome back to Raise Rails. Had a pretty good week last week as far as eBay goes. I purchased a few items, got some great deals, and one of the items that I purchased, I didn't even know they made. So hopefully when I unbox it, everyone can learn a little something. And a few of these items, they're for projects on my layout, like my circus. I thought that project was done. I was really happy the way it turned out. And then I saw they made another accessory that goes along with the circus. So I was hunting for that for a couple weeks, and I got a really good deal on that. And I also, my town on my layout, I thought I was all done with that. The town's really nice. I think I'm all set with that. But I purchased one more item for it. It's an item that's been out about 25 years, and I always wondered what this, how this item worked. So it was used, and if it doesn't work, I just want to take a look at it, see if I could use it. And like I said, I really want to see how this accessory works. So I'll go ahead, and I also picked up one item that I've been looking for a while for my space and military set. I got this item at a great deal, and I'm really glad to have it. So we'll start off with one of the boxes. What's interesting about this one box, it might be a good surprise, there's a nice rattle to it. So we'll see what happened in shipping with this item. But like I said, all these items were really cheap. They were probably about 80% off of book price, and they're all used. So we'll take a look at this one. This item here is for my town. Like I said, my town is finished, and this was a good deal, but so this will be going into the town. We have a lot of, the nights are really long here, so I figured this will give me something to do on those long nights rather than just sitting around watching the trains go around. And I'm going to tear into the layout, make it a little bit better, and improve it. Like you say, your layout's never really finished. So you can see what we have here is the Lionel burning farmhouse. This is the one where you actually have the smoke unit is in the house, and the little fire guy shoots real water. I remember years ago when I saw this house, the gentleman at the hobby shop, he didn't recommend it. He said, like, you can say to yourself here, electricity and water don't really mix. But I'm going to see how this house actually works. And I read there's not a whole lot of information about it on YouTube. So I'm going to find a little place to wire up this house and try to get it to work. I'm going to wire it up a smart way, and we'll see how it works. I might actually make like a little pan underneath the layout, so when this thing does make a mess, it won't get my layout moldy. But we'll see how it works. But I guess there on the inside there's a smoke unit. And you can see there is a little basin for the water. So I guess this is the smoke unit, this is the pump for the water. And it actually makes the house look like it's burning. And I guess this little hose right here actually shoots water out. So I guess you're supposed to aim this at the hole in the roof, and the water will go back into the basin, and you'll have a continuous cycle. So that's really cool. I got that. It was only like $30 with $6 shipping. And I remember when these were new, they were about $150. But like I said, the biggest thing with this is we're going to give it a try. Water and electricity don't mix. So we'll see what happens with that. And you can see on my layout, I'll show later in the video, there is, I have all my row houses. I probably have about 10 of these already. So we'll add this, and I'll probably put it on the outside of the layout, so if it does need maintenance and stuff, and put it on a toggle switch, you can see it's used. And one thing I did read about this is there's really no on-off switch. It's just always on. But I'll take a good look at it and see what goes on with that. Like I said, this is a good nightly project. You know, during these long winters we have, and in long nights, I'll have a great time figuring that out. I'll make it look really sharp. All right, so on to the next box. This is, let's see, I'm not really sure what's in this box. But, oh yeah, I know what's in this box. This is going to be an item for my circus. My circus, as far as I'm concerned, was done. I'm really happy the way my tent turned out. My game over there where the guy hits the hammer and wins the prize. And the horses inside, the stands. But lo and behold, I had to see this item. And I figured, like I said, I'm going to have the time this winter, so I'll mess around with it and make it look nice. This one is from actually, yeah, the same guy I bought the house from. Very nicely packaged. I never saw the red bubble wrap like this. Came in an oversized box. Let's see if I can just pull it out the size here. This should add a lot to my circus. I'm going to install this just like I installed the last accessory. I'll probably put the base into the table, and then when it's done, you'll only see the top of the accessory. So this is from the Choo Choo Barn. It has the, this is the balancing man. He sits on this long ladder, crawls up the long ladder, and he sits in there. And this accessory, when you turn it on, that the ladder looks like it's swaying back and forth. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put this inside of my circus tent. The base will be in the layout, and you'll only see the ladder coming out of the layout in the circus tent. So when I'm done with this, this will take up very little space on the layout, and it should add a lot to the layout. So this is a used accessory. I'm going to take it out of here, make sure everything works before I start cutting holes in the table. But I think this will come out really nice, and it'll add a lot to my circus. But like I said, your layout's never finished, and you always have more to add to it. That's what I always like to say, your layout's never finished. But I'm getting close to finishing the layout, but like I said, you keep finding new stuff. And this is part of the Choo Choo Barn series, I guess. I never really saw this one. This, like I said, I just saw it online one day, eBay, so I'm going to put that onto the layout. And for the last item, this is a pretty exciting one. I was looking for this one. I was pricing it probably for a few months now, and I got a good deal on it. This is going to be part of my space and military set. It actually came with the box too, so that's why it's separate. We have the original box here. That's very nice. And we have the card. So you can see I dug out my, on the table here, I have the Mercury missile launching car. And this here is part of that series. So carefully open this up. See, I'm not really big on the boxes. I don't collect the boxes, but this came with the box. Lifetime and Happiness Lionel box. Looks like it has the ends on it, and it's the 6512 cherry picking car. This actually puts the astronaut. The Lionel made this car as part of the series. I guess it's part of like the fire car. They made a fire car like this too, and this actually puts the astronaut into the capsule. So we'll open that up and take a look at it. I know they reissued this one a couple of times, but I think this is the one from the 60s. I'm really glad to add this one to the set because I got a good deal on the Mercury missile launching car, the capsule launching car. And let's see, I believe this goes on the top here like this. All right. So what's fun about this car is, I'll reverse this around here. So when you put this on the tracks, I'll straighten it out a little bit better. I guess you have the capsule. That would be next to this car. It's not really a practical car. So you can see that the ladder goes up, and then eventually there's a little button on here. And when you put the button on the side here, it makes it look like the astronaut is going into the little capsule. So that's a pretty cool car. And one thing on this car is this ladder here, it should stay straight on the car. It doesn't swing off to the side because then the car will be top heavy. So I'm pretty happy with this car. It looks pretty good. I'm gonna make some adjustments to it. It looks like it needs to be adjusted a little bit. But you can see this has how the capsule, the guy actually comes out, goes back in, and he looks like he goes into the capsule on the rocket. So that's my video for today. I'm really happy the way that turned out. I'm going to play with this. I don't want to tear into it right now, break something, but I'll take a good look at it. I like to oil the axles and see how everything hooks up. But I'll see how the ladder works, and maybe I'll show that in the near future. But I'm getting around to actually making just a general layout tour, show some trains running, most of my trains running. I know I want to do that in the future, and a few things like that. But for what I have today, I think it's going to keep me busy for a couple weeks, you know, and I'll improve the layout, and I think a lot of good things will be happening. All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching Raised Rails. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and check back in the future.